Hi yoga friends! It's really exciting to be practicing chair yoga with you today. And chair yoga is a great alternative to practicing yoga on the floor if it's difficult to get onto the floor and practice. It's also a useful way to fit in a yoga practice when you're already seated at your desk at work. Our practice today is about taming the tension that we may feel throughout our body and being able to release any additional stress from our day. An ideal chair to use for your practice would be armless and without wheels. If your chair does have wheels, you can set them into the lock position. Let's begin seated upright in the front half of our chairs. Feet about hip distance apart and palms gently resting onto your thighs. Pressing your sit bones into the seat of your chair as you lift the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Feel free to soften your gaze at this time or even close your eyes as we begin to tune into our breath. I encourage you to bring full attention to the present moment as your intention for this practice today. Also, paying attention to any area of your body that could use some extra care and kindness. Lastly, letting go of any expectations for our practice today. We'll begin with sun breath. Raising arms, palms facing up, shoulder height. We'll breathe in and raise our arms up towards the ceiling. Feel free to gaze up as well on your breath in. And as you exhale, bending your elbows, palms face down as you float your arms back down. We'll repeat that a couple times more. Palms facing upwards as you take a deep breath in, lifting through your spine as you gaze up, and exhale, gently floating arms back down. Last time, sweeping arms up as you breathe in, reaching up towards the ceiling, and exhale, slowly float arms back down. We'll move towards releasing tension in our neck. Let's interlace our fingers behind us. We'll bring both palms to wrap around your left waist. From here, dropping your right shoulder down as you turn your head left. Begin to breathe into the front and side of your neck. And possibly feel the expansion through your chest. Releasing our hands for a moment before we bring it to our right side. So sweeping our palms to our right side this time. And lowering our left shoulder down as we gaze toward the right. Several breaths here, releasing tension with every out breath. Great, we'll return back to center. Lowering our right ear towards our right shoulder, drawing our left shoulder down and arm pulls away I invite you to release any tension through your jaw. Welcome the stretch through your top left shoulder and side of your neck. A few breaths here. And returning back to center, to our second side. Left ear towards left shoulder. Right shoulder dropping down, and arm draws away from your body. Again, letting go of any tension held in your jaw. Breathe into the side of your neck, continuing to lengthen. And then let's go ahead and release from there. We'll now come into rib circles. So feet continue to remain hip width apart, feeling the support to the ground below. We'll draw our right ribs over our right hip, and from here create circles with our ribs. Our front body comes forward as we come into cow. Chest opens as our shoulders roll back. And then continuing the circle to our left. And as we shift back, rounding our backs into cat. Coming to our right, coming forward into cow, shoulders draw back and down. So we continue to breathe in, rolling to our left, and then exhale into our cat as we round our back. Feel free to move at a pace that feels comfortable for you. Into your torso and your rib cage. And we'll bring that around in the counterclockwise direction towards our left. Coming forward into cow. Leaning over to your right, and then curling your back into a C shape for cat. Deep breath in, enjoying the flexibility that you're bringing into your body. Bringing awareness into the present, and let's come back to center. Great. Onto arm circles, sweeping your arms up to shoulder height. Feel free to begin drawing circles as you engage your arm muscles, making your circles bigger if you'd like. And getting a sense of the full range of motion available to you. And then circling in the opposite direction. Large circles or small circles. Feeling strength through your arms. Feeling the strength through your arms. And lowering down. we'll come into a shoulder stretch. So once again, arms sweep out on your in-breath, and with the right arm over your left, giving yourself a hug for a shoulder stretch. And the tighter you hug yourself, the deeper the stretch. Breathing into the deep opening of your shoulders. If you'd like to take it a step further, you're welcome to touch the backs of your forearms together, or even double bind. Taking a few breaths if you've decided to come into eagle pose, with lifting through your elbows and resting your shoulders back. Wonderful. We'll undo our bind and bring it to our second side. Deep breath in, and left arm over your right this time. Hugging our shoulders, or coming into eagle by lifting up towards the ceiling and dropping our shoulders back and down. A few breaths, releasing any tension with every exhalation. Great. Lowering your arms down on your out breath. We'll now move towards opening up through our hips and releasing any tension in our lower back. We'll come into knees to chest, and feel free to place your hands either underneath your thigh or just below your knee at your shin. With your spine lengthened and feet in contact with the ground, let's bend one knee in on our next in-breath and grabbing hold of your leg where it feels good for you today. Few breaths here as you bring awareness to the opening of your hip. And lowering down, we'll bring it to our other leg. Next in-breath, raising your second leg in towards your chest, continuing to sit tall and activate through your supporting foot and leg. A couple breaths here as we open through our hips on this side. And lowering down. Shifting towards the front of your chair, we'll continue with opening through our hips, lengthening through our spine, and strengthening our upper back and shoulders. We'll widen our legs, allowing our toes to point in the same direction as our knees. Continuing to lift through the crown of your head. Next breath in, interlacing your fingers and drawing palms away as you roll your shoulders back. Taking a breath in, lifting up towards the ceiling. Couple breaths here in temple posture. Bringing awareness into the sensation of stretching through your torso and activating your arms and your legs. Exhale, lowering our arms back down. We'll continue to strengthen our legs, stretch through our inner thighs, and stretch into our side body. Breathing in as we push away from the ground. We'll rest our right forearm onto our thigh as we breathe in and lift our left arm up overhead. Feel free to gaze beyond your fingertips or down towards the ground if that feels more comfortable for you. And exhale, we'll return back to center, palms up. On your next in-breath, placing your left forearm onto your left thigh, sweeping right arm overhead. Breathing into the deep stretch through your side body, and then exhale back towards center. We'll repeat side stretch. Right forearm resting onto the thighs. Lift on your breath in, pivoting your torso. And then exhale back to center. Deep breath in, lifting through the crown of your head and resting left forearm, raising up right arm this time. Breathing into your side body, and then exhale, release back towards center. That was beautiful. Bringing our legs back to center, coming into eagle arch, resting our hands onto either side of our chair. We'll cross right leg over left. You're welcome to remain here, or feel free to wrap your foot around. Let's press into our hands as we roll our shoulders back and down and arch into our back. Feel free to gaze up towards the ceiling and take a few breaths. Relax into the deep opening of your front body. Relax into the deep opening of your front body with several breath cycles here. Let's go ahead and release. We'll bring eagle arch to our second side, crossing left leg over right this time. Bringing the additional bind, if you'd like, with your toes. Hands resting behind you. Let's roll our shoulders back and down and begin to arch through our upper back. Taking several breaths here, bringing awareness to the opening of your front body. Great, slowly releasing out of eagle arch. We'll come into a forward bend from here. Both feet touching the earth. Extending arms overhead on your next in-breath. Bending forward from your hips. This forward bend gives you the opportunity to soothe your nervous system, relaxing your neck and shoulders here, allowing your neck and arms to release down
towards the floor. With every exhalation, allowing your body to sink deeper into the pose. To come out of our forward bend, on our next breath in, we'll push away from the ground through the soles of our feet and our sit bones into this chair with our flat back and arms towards our ears, rising back up to seated. Lowering our arms down on our next out breath.
We'll come to standing from here and face our chairs to come into a standing lunge. About a foot away from our chair, hands resting on either side, we'll step our right foot onto the seat, adjusting your stance to come into a comfortable lunge for you. Right hand will rest onto the seat back. Left hand can rest onto your hip or sweep around. Breathing in as you lift and exhale as you release your hips down. Returning back. We'll switch sides. Bringing our left foot forward this time. Coming into a comfortable stance for your body. Inhale, lift, and then exhale into your standing lunge. Bringing awareness into the sensation of this hip opener, as well as the stretch through your back leg. Let's release from our standing lunge and stepping it back into a downward dog. So resting our hands onto our chair. Feel free to walk your feet back as you lower your front body down towards the earth. Pushing your hips away from the chair. And feeling the release and opening of your front body. And then walking back up, we'll come to seated. Ending with a twist, we'll reach our left arm to rest over our right leg, and right arm holds onto the chair. Taking an in-breath here, lifting through your spine, slowly releasing into your twist. Shoulders releasing down. Moving into the intensity that feels comfortable for you. We'll remain here a few breaths. And on your next breath in, releasing back towards center. We'll bring it to our second side. Right hand over left thigh, left hand holds onto the chair. Lengthening on your next in-breath and gradually coming into your twist during your exhale. Bringing awareness to the shift, the changes in your torso. Continuing to breathe into your twist. Maneuvering the intensity of your twist with your left hand. Great. Breathing in, returning back towards center. It's relaxation time. I invite you to get as cozy as you'd like, maybe leaning back, releasing arms Then hands down to either side. With each inhale, feel yourself lift up, feeling more expansive. With each exhale, imagine your body sinking gracefully as it connects to the earth. With every inhale, feel air entering into your body. And with every exhale, feel the air coming out. On your next inhale, take and breathe in new energy. And on your next exhale, imagine eliminating any thoughts that aren't necessary and no longer support you. Hold on to focus on those things that nourish you. Placing the palms of our hands towards our heart center. Thank you for taking this opportunity to be fully present